Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Carter James Ranch here on a steamy August day in Kansas. Hey, I was heading out to check on our sheep and our livestock guardian dog, so I figured I'd bring you along. Hey, actually, I'm walking out here. I wanted to show you. This is a hay pasture. A lot of brome and fescue in here. 10 days ago, we shot a video just about the drought here in Kansas. This field had just been hayed about a month ago, and this field looked so dry. I was actually a little nervous how low it was, just because they'd cut it so low. Then they did the bales. But we've had 2 rains. Last night we got about a ½ inch of rain, just a real quick heavy downpour. But as you can see, this field has really popped back. So really happy about all the growth. But it seems like we've just had a real hot summer. Very humid with the rain last night, but the grass is popping back. So when we first got the sheep about a month ago, we kind of set this electrified fencing all throughout, and we've been kind of moving them every couple days onto a new pasture. But the sheep are doing well. Koda, our livestock guardian dog, he's doing well too. He is half Anatolian Shepherd, half Great Pyrenees. And we will come out and see him, see how he's faring on a really hot day. I do feel bad for him on these real hot days, but let me flip the camera around so I can show you all of it. Here we go. There's Koda. Hey, Koda. I'm actually pretty happy that he's doing that. Sometimes he doesn't even bark at us. Hey, Koda, come. Here's our Katahdin sheep. We'll talk about them here in a minute. Koda, come. Come here. Come. You gonna drop it? Come here. Come here. Come. Good boy. Koda, come. Let me give you one more. Come. Come here. Come here. Come. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, well, I'm actually glad I got that on tape for you, or on video. He's a good boy. He's 5 months old. The biggest mistake I made with getting the livestock guardian dog, and you try to make all or the best choices you can. The biggest mistake was when I decided I was going to get some sheep. Where I was going to get the sheep from. The sheep were going to be ready in July. I asked the rancher, hey, do you know anyone that I could get where I could get a livestock guardian dog? And he gave me a recommendation where his guardian dogs came from, and good recommendation. Everything was fine. When I spoke with the breeder, he told me several times, well, I don't raise them to be pets, which I agree with. He's out here to take care of the sheep, bond with the sheep, protect them. I underestimated how Koda would not know what to do with us humans. The day I picked the sheep up, Koda was so nervous, he basically crawled on the ground onto the trailer. He just didn't know what to do. And I was really shocked by that. Now when we come out and greet him, he'll bark. He sometimes is stubborn. He kind of wants to control us sometimes, and so we've been patient with him. He will finally take treats from us. We come out, but we have not been able to pet him yet. And again, not that I want to, he's not a pet, but I would like to be able to control him. We do need to get him in for his second round of shots, and we tried to get a leash on him about 2.5 weeks ago, and that was quite dramatic. He freaked out as soon as we put something around his neck, and then it was quite the scenario trying to get it back off. So we do have an automatic feeder that we do want to set up for him, but for now we've been feeding him twice a day. We come out in the morning and at night just to get interaction with him. Right now in the summertime, it is just so stinking hot right now. We're back up probably about mid-90s right now, but very humid today. So he spends a lot of his days conserving his energy in the hoop house, laying low, resting, taking care of the sheep, and then at night he's supposed to be doing his job. And honestly, I'm not sure how great of a dog he is. I know I've heard there's different levels of guardian dogs. You know, when I come home at night and I drive up, or I'm walking out at night, you know, within 50 yards of the pasture making noise, he's not barking. Now maybe he can see that it's me and he doesn't feel like that's a threat, but and then you saw how he barked when I came into the paddock, even though he knows it's me. So I don't know if he's really aggressive. I'm okay that he's not aggressive. I've also heard that guardian dogs, their scent, their presence, if he's marked in the area. And again, we do have the electric fence. It's not like a coyote can just come walking in here. They would need to dig under the fence, or a bobcat would have to jump over the fence. We do have those here, but hopefully with Koda's presence, it's drawing them away. So we've got the electrified netting right here. This is poultry netting. So I just had a whole bunch of that from raising all the meat birds. So I'm just trying to use what we have. This over here on the end is sheep netting. This is all a Premier One product. One thing for any of you guys watching, if you're thinking about getting sheep netting, one thing I would do differently is, actually two things. This product right here, I like this. What I don't like is it's 12 feet 8 inches between the posts. It gets a little wavy, and it can easily, at the very end, I don't know if you can see over there on the end, it starts to sag up top, just because there's so much distance between them. They do have a product that's got 6 foot in between. This poultry netting is 6 feet. Now this is sagging a little bit, but you can adjust it real easy. The other thing that I will do differently going forward when I buy it, this right here has only got one spike. The poultry netting, I'll show you here in a second, has 2 spikes. Now I just push that in real easy. The ground is soft because of the rain. This has got two spikes on it, so I can just put it in there, step on it. Going forward, I will always do the 2 spike. In the event that you've got harder ground, it's dry, I have to physically push that in. The 2 spike allows me to step on it. So similar with the cattle, when you're rotational grazing, somewhat difficult to know exactly how much ground, how much pasture to give your sheep. We only have 5 sheep, which makes it a little more difficult just because they can't eat through all this. You know, if we're wanting to move them every couple days, you'd have to probably give them pretty small paddocks. So if we had 15, 20, 25 sheep, they could eat through this faster after a day or two, have more impact on this ground. But we've just been about the size of the paddock we've been giving them, and then we're moving them every couple days. Let me pan over here to where we just left. They were over in this paddock for a few days. Really hit the ironweed there. You can see the ironweed hanging up, only the purple on top. It really took all the leaves off of it. So when you watch sheep graze, they got such little mouths. They'll eat a lot of leafy stuff. They'll take it all off of the thorn bushes, which is great. They don't eat as much grass like a cow will. When you go into a cow pasture, you'll see you know, you'll see him just wiping all this down, you know, whereas sheep don't eat as much with their mouth. Oh, here's a great example. This is ironweed. So right here, see how all those leaves are gone? They will just sit here and they will take every leaf off. And up here, it almost gets a little too tall. They probably don't eat the top of that. They probably don't like how that tastes. I've never seen them eating the top, but they will take everything right off of there. So going back to Koda, nothing wrong happened on the recommendation. Nothing wrong happened from the breeder. It really has to come down to my understanding and my expectations. When I was told that he wasn't going to be raised as a pet, which I agree with that statement, he had very little human interaction. I don't even know if he's ever been pet. So when we got him, Koda was born in February of 2022. When we got him in July, he was 5 months old, and the sheep were born in April. So I wanted to pick up the dog the same time I picked up the sheep, just so they would bond on the trip home. And they bonded, but Koda was a little bigger. I was a little nervous with him when we first got him because he was nervous. I'm not used to a big dog. I've got Shih Tzus, so not used to the larger size dog at all. But since I've spent a lot more time with him, I'm no longer nervous around him. And his barking and his teenage mentality doesn't put me on edge anymore. So I would, one thing I would do differently, I would try to maybe get him a little earlier so he wasn't 5 months old, but I was a little limited because I didn't want to get the sheep at the same time. The other thing I would have done is I would have gone and visited where he was coming from. Nothing that was wrong on the breeder's side. I just would have gone and visited and really understood how he was raised, really seen his parents, seen his siblings, see how they all operated. So it's just been a challenge getting him into a routine. But I finally he is getting a little more calm, which is happy. So the sheep are good. So we've got one older ewe there. That white one, she's about 8 or 10 years old. One thing I do like that some of these sheep farmers do is when they sell you ewe lambs, they'll send you a older ewe, and it really helps these younger ones to kind of fall in line and get with the program. She's always been, the older one has really been a calming influence on everyone. She's actually bonded with Koda the most. We'll come out sometimes and they'll be snuggling. So they're all staying in the shade and chewing their cud, but it's a hotter day because it is humid. So really like the sheep, plan on getting some more probably next year. We will breed these. I'm excited to show you we're actually getting a little sheep enclosure made for us, and hopefully we'll have that here in the next 2 weeks because the ram is getting ready to start breeding, and so we need to kind of get him separated for a few more months before that happens. So as you can see here, this ram, or this ewe inside here, looks like she cut herself. We had somebody run through our little hoop house, and again, we use these for our meat birds, but just set it out here so they could get out of the rain and have some shade. So the nice thing about only having smaller sheep, they don't drink as much as cattle. We're able to set out 5-gallon buckets of water, and between Koda and them, they seem to do pretty well. Although they've drinking this 5-gallon bucket down, and here's a smaller bucket that there's still plenty of water. So that is my update on the beginnings of the sheep flock. So far, just trying to be patient with Koda, bring him along. But again, I would have definitely done things different. I would have gone and visited and known exactly what I was getting into with him. But we do enjoy him. I think he's gonna end up being a good dog. So thank you for watching. Please feel free to follow us at CarterJamesRanch.com. Hit the subscribe button and like if you want to see more of our videos. And hope you guys are all having a great summer. God bless you.